cap.
Live from Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School, it's varsity football on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, it's homecoming here in Darien, Connecticut, as the #1 ranked team in the state, the Darien Blue Wave, take on the Stamford Black Knights. Hi, everybody. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us on this DAF Media broadcast of varsity football. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Joining me this afternoon, an old friend, Jim Coley, is here. Jim, a beautiful day, fall afternoon, temperatures just perfect. We've got some high school football in front of us.
Thank you, Damian. I'm glad to come back again this year and do a game with you. It's hard to call it a fall day. I'm looking out at the trees across the way. I don't see any color yet.
No, it is absolutely picture perfect, exactly what you'd like. I talked to a few of the players beforehand, and they were excited to play this afternoon. Darien won the coin toss, so they deferred to the second half. They will be kicking things off here. Darien in the royal blue jerseys will be moving from left to right on your screen. Stamford in the white jerseys, black pants, will be moving from right to left. We are just about ready for kickoff. Stamford comes into this game 1-2, coming off last week's big 19-7 win over city rival Trinity Catholic. Darien comes into this one the newly minted #1 ranked team in the state, 3-0, coming off a big 22-7 win over St. Joe's on the road in Trumbull last week.
And that was a game everybody was looking forward to. That was like a little mini Super Bowl. Darien didn't start off the greatest, giving up 7 quick points, but came back and scored 22 unanswered.
And we are underway here from Stadium Field. The kickoff is taken at around the 15, returned to around the 30-yard line. So Stamford will have pretty decent field position to start things off. And this is a team, according to head coach Jamar Green, capable of throwing the ball around, but they really want to try to get off and establish their running game and ground and pound it early on.
It'll be interesting to see if that is an effective strategy. I think St. Joe's tried to do the same thing, and Darien came down and stacked the box pretty good and really shut that run game down of that talented team last week.
So Stamford breaks its huddle, and first down and 10. Isaiah Johnson, number 8, is the quarterback for the Black Knights. And he will operate out of the shotgun. Trip receivers to the left, man in motion, and they do hand off, and big stop at the line of scrimmage for the Blue Wave. Connor Fay, no surprise there, in on the tackle.
No surprise at all. Interesting, the team's trying to establish the run game. What do they come out with the first play? Empty, spread,
yep,
and with a little jet sweep left.
Connor Fay, such a big part of this Darien defense, a tremendous all-state linebacker.
3-year starter.
So Johnson, shotgun again, man in motion. And the lefty fires to the far side of the field. Pass is complete for a gain of a couple.
So a little slip screen, trying to establish a run game outside the pocket there. It's a design play that New Canaan uses a lot when you watch them, and it's designed to get your athletes out of the pocket and out wide and try to find some space. Long 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 for Stamford, so not much doing on that last play. Here's Johnson out of the shotgun once again. He rolls out of the pocket, looking downfield, throws it up, wobbly pass, and nearly complete. The intended receiver was Jaden Dawkins.
And Jackson Peters had a nice knockdown there. There were 2 receivers kind of close to each other. Probably not the way the play was designed in the playbook. But needless to say, Jackson got that ball knocked down.
The intended receiver, as I mentioned, was Jaden Dawkins. He played his first game of the season last week in that win over Trinity Catholic. Had a leg injury that kept him out the first 2 games. Stamford lost to Fairfield Ward, and then they lost to Ridgefield. And then, of course, beat Trinity Catholic last week. So the punt unit is on for the Black Knights, and they will punt this away here, as the offense not able to generate any offense. Tyler Herget picks it up at the 40, and he is brought down at about the 42-yard line. So again, good field position for the Darien offense as the Blue Wave offense comes onto the field for the very first time.
And I think that first series by the Black Knights is interesting because you know you're not going to have trouble. You're going to have trouble running up the middle against this Darien Wave. So we got two wides and then a pocket rollout. So Stamford choosing not to try to go up the middle on the first series to see if they can establish something outside, and was not terribly effective.
So here we go, Jim Coley. Cooper Hancock out of the shotgun. Throws to Will Rolap. He crosses midfield and close to a first down for the Blue Wave. So quick pass to start things off for Darien.
And Will Rolap averaging just a little more than 9 yards a carry, and right there, 9 yards. One of the favorite receivers of Cooper. And a talented receiving corps, by the way.
This is one of the top receiving corps, certainly in the FCIAC, if not the state of Connecticut. Talking to Darien head coach Rob Trefone the other day, and he can't say enough good things about his receiving corps. Darien keeps it on the ground, and that is Andrew Lucas, who had a big game last year against Stamford at Boyle Stadium in downtown Stamford, and they give it to Lucas on the ground. He picks up the first down for the Blue Wave.
And that is the first down of the game.
And so a very methodical approach here for the Darien offense, mixing the run and the pass. Here's Hancock looking downfield. Throws over the middle, complete to Rolap near the 20-yard line. Big hook up there. Hancock to Will Rolap. And another Darien first down as they are on the move here early in the first quarter.
And that was a really nice route that Will ran. He ran it right between the soft seams, between the cover 2 top and the linebackers down. And our quarterback found him perfectly.
They give it to Lucas. Lucas, far side of the field, and he is down, out of bounds, near the 10-yard line.
First down.
Another first down, Darien.
Well, let's see here. Maybe not. Yeah, first.
Actually, it's short of a first down. It'll be second down for Darien. Second down in inches, really.
Yeah. And it looks like he could pick up the first down and still have move the markers.
So Stamford's defense needs a stop here as Darien is marching downfield. Here's Hancock out of the shotgun, and pass is incomplete.
Nearly intercepted.
Nearly intercepted. It was intended for Lucas on the far side of the field. So a good job that time by the Stamford defense, especially up front. We are live here at Stadium Field on the campus of Darien High School. Thanks for joining us on this DAF media broadcast of high school football. Damian Andrew alongside Jim Coley. And they give it to Lucas, and he takes it straight up the middle for a Darien first down.
A nice play call there, a little quick snap right under the center, quick handoff, quick dive, right up the middle.
So it's first down, ball on the 7-yard line, a fresh set of downs for Darien. Hancock, they keep it on the ground. And that was Lucas again.
Only picked up 2 yards there.
Second down, goal to go. Excuse me, Jim.
This is the first empty formation we've seen by Darien today.
Trip receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left, over the middle, touchdown Darien. Cooper Hancock to Tyler Herget, and Herget has himself a touchdown.
And that Tyler's leading the team with 14, now 15 receptions.
There we go. We're going to take another look at this. Nice pass and catch right there, just playing pickup out in the backyard.
Breaks the plane and gets the touchdown.
There we go, another angle here. And that ball was well thrown, right on the mark as Herget makes the easy catch. Here's Will Kirby for the point after, and it is up and it is good. So 7:05 remaining in the first quarter. Darien leads 7-0 over Stamford as they take that first drive and march down the field and score.
Yeah, Stanford's got their work cut out for them today here. This is a very talented offense. Well balanced, as you said earlier, great receivers, good run game, decent line, maybe not the biggest line of the years of the past, but a line that protects him well. And you got a mobile quarterback that can get out of it, get out of danger if he has to.
A lot of questions, to your point, about the offensive line of Darien. As you said, not the biggest offensive line in years past. There's no, for example, Andrew Stuber on the line. But it has gotten the job done. They have answered the questions through 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, and I think the line was the issue why preseason people had this team down at number 5, right? But I think they've proven themselves here.
So Darien will kick off here. Andrew Donovan. And the kick is away, and it's picked up at around the 11-yard line by number 11, Lenny Garcia, and he is brought down by a couple of Blue Wave special teamers.
I think that was Connor Flanagan that got at the first solo tackle there.
So Stamford's second possession of the game. We'll see if the Black Knights can get any kind of momentum here on offense. It was 3 and out, their first series of the game. And for those of you listening to this live stream, yes, our broadcast perch is right directly behind the Darien High School marching band.
Well, if you're Stamford here, you need to establish something. You don't want to go 3 and out for a second time here and give the ball back midfield to the Blue Wave. We're running a pistol offense here, something new.
They hand off to Lenny Garcia, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he picks up a yard.
This is going to be a tough team to run against, I think.
Yeah, he picks up about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9, 6:40 remaining in the opening quarter. Darien up 7-0. Thanks to a Cooper Hancock 5-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Herget. Here we go, 2nd and 9 for the Black Knights of Stamford. The pass over the middle is complete to number 13, Jay Lockwood, and he is immediately brought down.
A nice inside slant play, very effective. It's going to bring up a long 3rd and 4-yard line. 4 yards. Don't really see Stamford trying to run it for the first down here.
3rd and 4 for the Black Knights. And it'll be Johnson out of the shotgun.
So a little audible. Yep. The quarterback looking down, changing the play. Don't see that too much in high school in him, this level.
And we've got a timeout.
I think the coach didn't like what he saw.
Little confusion there by Stamford. Jamar Green, the Stamford head coach, comes out onto the field to talk to his offense. We will take a quick break here, and we will be back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Big 3rd and 4 for the Stamford offense here as they try to get their first down of the game. Here's Isaiah Johnson. He's looking downfield. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move, and he is corralled by about 3 Darien defenders, including Connor Fay. Short of the first down, so decision time for Stamford. Actually, it's probably not much of a decision. They're going to punt this football.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to call for a spot here. It's pretty close.
They are going to measure it. So you're right, Jim Coley. From our vantage point up here, it looks like he's a couple inches short.
He does.
But we'll see what happens. If he is short, it's a decision time for Stamford.
Honestly, I'd go for it. You're 1 and 2. You're playing the #1 team in the state. If you're a quarter yard short, you like to think your quarterback could at least sneak it across, even against a talented defensive line like Darien. You're going to have to take risk if you're the head coach for Stamford.
And a great job by our camera 2 operator, Trey Cahill, getting the spot there. They are just inches short, so it'll bring up 4th down and 1 for the Black Knights of Stamford.
I don't think they're punting.
And it looks like they are going to go for it. You like the call, though, by Stamford head coach Jamar Green, right? Gutsy call, go for it.
They got nothing to lose.
Yep.
And think of the momentum they'll establish getting their first down here if they get it.
So a big 4th down and 1 here for the Stamford Black Knights.
It's got to be a quarterback sneak. It's the first time we've seen him under center.
Isaiah Johnson, and it is a quarterback sneak.
I don't know if he got it. It's hard to see from up here, but it didn't look like he didn't get that big offensive line surge you'd like to see. He's got it.
He's got it. It is the official making the call there. First down, Black Knights of Stamford. So they go for it on 4th down and inches, and it pays off for Stamford. So a fresh set of downs for the Black Knights. Their first down of the game. Here's Isaiah Johnson. Throws, and it's incomplete as he throws to the near side of the field. The intended receiver was Daniel Sims, the sophomore, 6'2", 180 pounds. Just couldn't quite wrap it up.
No, and that John Henry there, quick. This is a quick secondary for Darien, and you can see it right there on that slip screen to the left.
John Henry Slaneski on the coverage. So it's 2nd and 10 for the Black Knights. Two receivers out to the right, two out to the left. Here's Johnson on the move, rolls left, and that'll be incomplete, out of bounds. The intended receiver was number 21, Daniel Sims again. He actually did catch that ball, but he was well out of bounds.
And you can see what the pressure you're putting on this offense. When you have a first down and you're not gaining any yards, or actually in a couple cases you're losing yards, you have to throw the ball pretty far down. If you're Stanford, you've really got to begin establishing something on the first down, 2, 3, 4 yards, just to help your offense out. Now we got a 3rd and 10 again.
Two receivers to the right, two receivers split out to the left. Here's Johnson out of the shotgun, looking downfield, and he is sacked in the backfield by who else? Number 56, or actually John Lochtefeld. I thought it was Connor Fay, but it was 56, John Lochtefeld, in on the sack. So that'll bring on now the punt unit for the Black Knights.
And that's John's first sack of the season here. This is a team that doesn't get a lot of sacks, 12 so far, now 13 on the season after the 3 1/4 games.
Tyler Herget back to receive for Darien. Willie Martinez gets the punt away. Fair catch called by Herget, and he is actually hit, and that'll be a flag on the play.
Yeah, Jay Lockwood there on inadvertent, probably lost some spot with the ball or didn't see the hand go up, just kind of a mental mistake, and that'll cost him 15 yards. So Darien's going to start with excellent ball position on about the 35 of Stanford.
Those are the kind of mistakes, if you're Stanford, you can ill afford to make. You've got to bring your A game and a 15-yard penalty there.
And we got a new formation for the Blue Wave here. We got two halfbacks.
They give it to Lucas on the ground, and he finds some daylight out to the far side of the field inside the 20, and he is finally brought out of bounds at around the 9-yard line. Isaiah Johnson, the quarterback, in on the tackle. A lot of these Stamford players go both ways.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem for them in the second half.
As the game wears on, absolutely.
Staying with the two backs. And there was nothing fancy about that play. It's just head-on blocking and let your backs do what they do best.
Here's Hancock. Gives it to Kirby, and Will Kirby takes it to about the 2-yard line.
And Damon, did you see what they did there? They put Lucas in a motion right, and it really, the linebackers were just frozen, and then sure enough ran right up underneath him. So that's the first time we've seen them use him as a decoy. A very effective play.
It's a nice problem to have. Two very effective backs in Will Kirby and Andrew Lucas. And Kirby in the backfield again. And they give it to Lucas. He cuts back, and he's got himself a touchdown. So a touchdown, Andrew Lucas. A 2-yard touchdown for Lucas as Darien scores another touchdown. We take a great look there. Great job by our production crew as Lucas makes the nice cutback. He finds the end zone. I want to give a shout out to our production crew. Just a great job there. Our camera 1 operator is Peter McLean. Camera 2, Trey Cahill. Our directors, Jack Roberson, and our instant replay coordinator is Ethan Haas. And great job bringing you all the visuals this afternoon. The kick is up, and it is good by Kirby. So it's 14-0. Darien, 2:48 remaining in the first quarter. We will take a quick break, and we will be back here on the DAF Media Network. So we are back live here on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 14-0 late first quarter. And Will Kirby kicks it away. Back to receive for Stamford. Jaden Dawkins cuts back, picks up some nice real estate, and he brings it out to about the 39-yard line. Nice return by Jaden Dawkins, the junior, 6 foot, 180 pounds.
Yeah, that'll be the best starting field position for the Black Knights. And again, when we talked about this in the last series, it is critical that this team begin to establish something on first down.
And this is a team, as we mentioned at the outset of the broadcast, that they say they want to try to run the football, but that's hard to do when you get down early, and they are down 14-0 to the number 1 ranked team in the state, the Darien Blue Wave. Isaiah Johnson, the junior quarterback, gives it to Lenny Garcia. He finds some running room, and he brings it out to about the 49-yard line. So a nice pickup for Lenny Garcia.
And we saw Stamford deploy a new formation there. We had a fullback kind of behind the right guard, lead blocking, and that created that hole there that you just saw. It's a nice design play.
Didn't pick up the first down, but Stamford a yard away here. 2nd and 1. 2:10 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Johnson. He's going to call his own number, puts his head down. Don't know if he got it. It looks like it is going to be a Black Knights first down, and in fact it is. So their second first down of the afternoon.
And that was a design quarterback run all the way. No doubt about it. Personally, if I'd been me, I would have taken a shot down the field on 2nd and 1, but
well, it's 1st and 10 now. Under 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Isaiah Johnson out of the shotgun. And we've got a flag here. It's going to be a false start on Stamford. And that'll back up the Black Knights 5 yards.
And this is certainly a must-score drive. You've got to put some points on the board at this juncture, down 14-0.
No question about it. 3 receivers spread out to the right. And it's Johnson calling his own number again. He picks up a couple. John Henry Slaneski with the stop. Tyler Herget also in on that tackle.
Also 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12.
2nd down and 12 for Stamford. Under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Johnson throws out to the far side of the field. It is complete near the 45-yard line. And
that was Sam Wilson on the tackle. Seemed to be a little confusion on who had that receiver.
That was number 1 who made the catch, Alan Paul. Just a sophomore. Number of underclassmen on this Stamford team, so certainly building blocks for the future as head coach Jamar Wilson tries to build this program back up. This is a Stamford program that hasn't won an FCIAC championship since the early 70s. In fact, when they did it, they went back-to-back, 1970 and 71. The last time the Black Knights have won the conference. And that will do it for the first quarter. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be back here on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network, about ready to start the second quarter as Stamford has the ball on the Darien 45-yard line. Here's Isaiah Johnson, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
By whomever? Connor Fay.
Connor Fay.
No surprise there.
No surprise there, and also in on that, Charlie Hunter in on the tackle as well. And Stamford will punt this away. Willie Martinez comes on, the senior. He's back to punt, back to receive for the Blue Wave. Tyler Herget, number 29. He's standing just inside the 20-yard line. So it's 4th and 9, and the Black Knights drive stalls, so they will punt this back to Darien. Fair catch by Herget. And we've got a flag on the play and another penalty on Stamford.
That's the second fair catch. The special teams coach is really going to work with these guys in this next week. That's the second fair catch, and the defender ran right into Darien, into Herget.
So that'll be another 15-yarder. And Darien will have good field position to start this drive.
And I think it's time not to panic, but the Stamford defense is going to have to do something a little bit different. They're going to have to either start blitzing, or they're going to have to find some pressure point to slow down this offense. You do not want to go down 21-0 and also be kicking the ball back to Darien in the second half.
Cooper Hancock out of the shotgun, throws near side of the field, complete to Will Rolap at around the 38-yard line. Second down and 8 for Darien here. Start of the second quarter. Blue Wave up 14-0. Touchdowns by Tyler Herget and Andrew Lucas in the first quarter. Here's Lucas, and he is off to the races down the near sideline. That's Will Kirby, number 21. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at around the 36-yard line.
Will Kirby leading the teams on average per carry at 4.8. That was a little longer than 4.8 there. Very
certainly
nice
was. Nice run. He found some daylight and was able to get down the sideline. And we've got a flag. Darien says it's on Stamford. We'll see. And it is on Stamford.
And this is the problem. When your offense can't move the ball, you're putting a tremendous amount of pressure on your defense to stop one of the best offenses in the state.
Here's Hancock. And it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Nice athletic play by Emmanuel Azulin of Stamford. Went up and got it. So it's second down and 5 for Darien. They give it to Kirby. He cuts back. Nice move. Jukes a couple of players. And he's finally brought down at the 10-yard line. Will Kirby, a couple of big runs for Kirby.
And that was a really nice run. He juked 3 times and just left people in their shoes. You can see here on the replay.
We saw that after he had made the couple of nice moves. Here's Kirby again. They give it to him. He cuts back, and he is brought down by David Markowitz.
And Kirby leads the team coming into the day with 182 yards after 3 games, and certainly adding to his totals there.
Second down and 5 for Darien. They are in the red zone here and looking to score again. This pass is into the corner of the end zone, intended for TJ Cornacchia, but overthrew him just a bit.
Coverage was good.
Good coverage.
I mean, the quarterback, Cooper, could put that in only place the receiver could get it. It wasn't going to be an interception. Boy, Stanford can get out of this with just giving up 3 points. That was a little bit of a moral victory. We'll see what happens here.
Third down and 6 for Darien. And we've got a flag.
Boy, that is 2 defensive offsides. Got to think that Cooper's down there with a little heart counting on him.
Offside, Stamford. Half the distance.
And the problem with that penalty now is you open up the possibilities of the run and the pass, whereas before you knew pretty much you were going to have to pass it.
Third down,
Yep.
2. Ball spotted on the 4.
Ball has been spotted on the 4-yard line. It's 3rd and 2. Hancock out of the shotgun. They keep it on the ground, and that is a Darien touchdown. Will Kirby takes it right up the middle, almost untouched. We're going to take another look at that.
It looked untouched.
Wow, what a hole by that offensive line. And he marches right through into the end zone. Will Kirby with a 2-yard touchdown run. We'll take another look here from our goal line camera.
And what you see there is Connor Fay putting a double block on the defensive tackle and really creating a massive hole, allowing Will just basically to walk in. And that extra point is good.
Extra point up and good, and it is 21-0 Darien with 9:31 remaining in the first half. We will take a quick break, and we will be back on the DAF Media Network. Well, Jim, as we are back here live on the DAF Media Network, Darien up 21-0 on Stamford here at home. It's homecoming on just a gorgeous day here in Darien, Connecticut. And right now, this Darien offense, machine-like in their approach to this one.
Yeah, if you're Coach Trefone, you're probably starting to think about the Cochran rule in the back of your head here right now. 21 quick points. For those that are not familiar with it, you cannot win a game in the state of Connecticut by more than 50. The coach sits out the next week. At some point here, I'm afraid Mr. Trefone is going to have Coach Trefone is going to have to throttle off.
Well, it has been an impressive start for Darien, to say the least, as Andrew Donovan kicks off, and the ball is fielded at around the 15. Out past the 30, Elaine Paul with a nice return for Stamford. So the Stamford offense has started a number of drives with pretty good field position.
Excellent, 30-yard line. You can't complain. Their problem has been really the first down.
Yeah. They have been unable to sustain drives, and the Darien defense, of course, has something to do with that.
Absolutely. I'd probably go back, if I were them, I'd go back to that 2-back set where they bring the fullback in as a lead blocker. That seemed to be terribly effective. That one play they got 9 yards on. And certainly trying to roll the quarterback out of this pocket is probably their best chance.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Black Knights, down 21-0. Isaiah Johnson, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. And they put it on the ground. They keep it on the ground. They start on the ground, and that's Lenny Garcia getting the call on 1st down for the Black Knights. Yeah,
and Jaden Dawkins is the number 9 player, is the player that came back into the middle of the field there and led the lead block. Again, that kind of fullback position coming out from the wide receiver.
They're high on Dawkins. Again, he missed the first 2 games of the season with a leg injury. Was back last week against Trinity Catholic in a 19-7 win over the Crusaders. Here's Johnson, throws to the far side of the field, and he overshoots number 8. Or I'm sorry, number 6, Devontae McIlvain.
Yeah, there's something there. The receiver and the quarterback got crossed up. A little confusion. Brings it up a long 3rd.
Again, they put themselves in a passing situation here, 3rd and 7. Here's Johnson. Throws to the far side of the field. It's complete, initially bobbled. It's going to be short of the first down.
Was that Charlie Hunter on the stop?
It was Charlie Hunter on the stop.
Jackson Peters in cover. It's going to bring up 4th down.
So it'll be a 4th down for Stamford, and they will punt this. Michael Minikis back to receive for Darien, the junior, the 3rd brother in a long line of talented athletes, the Minikises.
Yes.
Will Martinez will punt for Stamford.
Minikis on the 30.
Boy, John Henry almost got to that place kicker there.
John Henry Slaneski, yeah. We will take a quick break. We will regroup here on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 21-0. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Darien Stamford High School Varsity Football. Blue Wave up 21-0 on homecoming here at Stadium Field. And Andrew Locust takes the handoff and he rumbles across midfield before he is finally brought down. Took him a while. Finally brought down at around the 46-yard line. So Darien now will operate in Stamford territory, and the Blue Wave off to a good start. There is an injured player down on the field for Stamford as the training staff and Stamford head coach Jamar Green come out onto the field to tend to him. Something you always hate to see is injuries in football.
How blessed are the Blue Wave offense? You've got Will Kirby, you've got Andrew Lucas, and then you put them both in the backfield. It creates a lot of problems for the Stamford defense.
Well, you and I talked about that in the first quarter. I mean, Kirby and Lucas, to have 2 quality backs is certainly a nice problem to have if you're a head coach. We've got a break in the action here as they tend to the injured player. We will take a break, and we will be back here on the DAF Media Network. We're back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Jim Coley joining you. Thanks for joining us. Here we go, back to work. Darien, 2nd and 1. That'll be a 1st down for Will Kirby as he just looked like he was doing the jitterbug or something out there on the dance floor.
Yes, and we're good to see Lenny Garcia walked off on his own there, number 11.
Yeah, Lenny Garcia, a big part of this Stamford football team, so it's nice to see him walk off the field without any help. So it's 1st and 10, ball on the 42-yard line of Stamford. They give it to Lucas, and he rumbles right up the middle, and he's finally brought down at the 20-yard line by Daniel Calley, the sophomore, 6 foot 240.
And we've got face masking, and that's going to tack on a few more yards.
And after giving up a big run like that, that is something you can ill afford to do if you're the Black Knights. So a face mask penalty on Stamford.
Face mask penalty. Timeout, Stamford.
So a timeout by Stamford. They want to talk things over. Head coach Jamar Green coming out onto the field. Obviously, he'll have a a few things to say to his defense there.
Well, and you just give your defense a breather, for God's sake. They've
Yeah.
been on the field 80% of the game thus far, and they're down and stuck on their own 10, about to go down 4 scores. I think it's time for them to be a little daring on defense. And we're not seeing too much blitzing by the Black Knights.
Jim, while we have a quick break here, again, I want to give a shout out to our entire DAF Media production crew. This is a student-based organization, and they do a great job running cameras, directing, instant replay. Camera 1, Peter McLean. Camera 2, Trey Cahill. Our director is Jack Roberson, and our instant replay coordinator is junior Ethan Haas. And we are just about ready to get back to some action here. It'll be 1st and 10 for Darien. Ball is on the 16-yard line, so the Blue Wave in the red zone here as they try to tack on another score. Lucas in motion. Here's Cooper Hancock. Throws across the middle. It is caught. Touchdown, Will Rolap.
What a nice catch.
Great catch.
Definitely want to see that one on the replay. Cooper Hancock put that in the only place that only one person could catch it.
Nice job there by our production crew as we take another look at this, Jim, from the goal line, and he did. Hancock put it where no one else could get it other than the intended receiver, his teammate, Will Rolap.
And probably the biggest question now, the biggest decision Rob Treffone's going to have is when is he going to pull his starters? Obviously, keeping rid of injuries and so forth, and keeping them fresh for next week.
Yeah, no question. That certainly is something that he'll have to think about as we are approaching halftime. 6:16 left in the first half as you can hear the Darien Blue Wave marching band in the background. They are right in front of us here at our broadcast perch. And there's a shot of head coach Rob Trefone. Has done quite a job building this program over the last decade plus. 3 straight Class L state championships. That is impressive. Darien 52-2, Jim Coley, in FCIAC games since 2013. They've only lost to New Canaan in last year's Turkey Bowl, and they lost to St. Joe's in, I believe, 2014 during the regular season. Those are the only 2 conference losses.
An impressive run and 3 state titles in a row.
That's not something you see done very often in the state of Connecticut.
Unless you're the Blue Wave lacrosse program or the women's field hockey program.
Yeah.
Or the Blue Wave volleyball program, or our swimming program, or our diving program. This is a town, and this is a high school program.
It's really a terrific broad-based athletic program, as you well know. So back to some football as the Stamford offense comes back out onto the field, down 28-0.
Well, this is where you go deep into the playbook for something new.
Yeah, they've got to try something here. So it'll be Isaiah Johnson, and they give it to number 9, Jaden Dawkins, and he tries to fight for a couple of yards.
Sam Wilson running him down, along with Bruce Ferguson.
Wilson and Ferguson in on the play for the Blue Wave. Damian Andrew, Jim Coley joining you. Jim, of course, the former president of the DJFL, Darien Junior Football League. So it's 2nd and 9 as Dawkins picked up a yard on that last play. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Jaden Dawkins, and that was a big hit there by Sam Wilson. We've got a flag on the play. Let's see what it is, Jim.
Personal foul.
Yeah, that's going to be a personal foul on Darien.
Boy, that's a tough call.
Yep.
You know, you got a smallish quarterback that drops his head like he's supposed to. I mean, it doesn't give a lot of area for the defender to go for. And it didn't look intentional at all. It actually looked like a pretty good form tackle. It's just unfortunate he got the helmet on helmet.
So that is a big 15-yarder. And here's Stamford. That's Alan Paul on the far side of the field, carrying tacklers with him. So a nice run on 1st down by Paul. Clock ticking away now here in the 1st half. Under 5 minutes remaining in the 1st half.
A must score, not even 3. Really need to go in with 7 at the half here for Stamford. We're back to that pistol offense.
Johnson, they give it to Jaden Dawkins.
And that's the 2nd time they've run the pistol, and they've actually run it for good yardage. I'm not sure why they don't stick with that offense. That formation is working for them.
2nd down 1. 3rd down 1.
Clock management is going to be key here if they're thinking they're going to go down and score.
Ball spotted on the 39.
They've had what? They took them 1 timeout thus far?
Yep.
At the defensive play last series.
Here's Johnson out of the shotgun. Dawkins in motion. They give it to Lenny Garcia. And the initial surge, I think he may have picked up the 1st down. We'll see where they mark this. Connor Fay on the stop, and it is a 1st down. So he does get the 1st down. So a fresh set of downs here for the Stamford offense as they try to get into the end zone before the 1st half ends.
1st down on the 38.
1st and 10, ball on the 38-yard line of Darien. They give it to Garcia, tries to cut back, but he is brought down by number 37, Alex Quirk, the senior defensive end. Nice penetration by him into the backfield.
Yeah, Stamford continued to use that fullback lead block position. It seems like Darien slowly but surely catching on to it.
Quirk also plays basketball here at Darien High School. Again, want to thank everybody for watching this live stream on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. That pass was incomplete. The intended receiver was Jay Lockwood, but nothing doing there.
And here we are again, a long 3rd down.
Third down and 10 for Stamford. They need a big play right here, Jim Coley.
Well, I think they're in 2-down territory. I wouldn't try to get everything here on this play. I'd play it 2-down territory.
Johnson rolls out, throws far side of the field, and it is intercepted.
They're going to
He
call him
stays
out?
in bounds. It looks like he's going to call Jackson Peters. Yeah, he's going to be ruled out of bounds, so no interception, but Jackson Peters had a nice beat on that ball. Picks it off, steps in front of the intended receiver, but just couldn't stay in bounds. Momentum carried him out of bounds.
Boy, this is a tough decision for the coaching staff. It's a long 9 yards for 1st down, but you don't really want to turn the ball over here with this much time left to Darien.
Yeah, the punt unit is on. Willie Martinez, on to punt for Stamford. He's been active today, and he gets this one away. He's done a nice job, actually. Ball bounces into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. So,
and John Lockefeld almost blocked that.
yeah, he did. He did. Martinez has punted a number of times this afternoon, and he's actually got off some nice punts.
And for those first-time viewers or viewers that don't see the team too much, you can see down on the sidelines, I'm in the lower right-hand corner of her, that the Darien High School is using the same kind of play call in the signaling that's done at the college level now.
Yep.
With these placards that have pictures on them.
There's Andrew Lucas. He gets the call, brings it to about the 30-yard line, 31, before he is brought down.
First down, Andrew Lucas.
It'll be a first down for the Blue Wave.
Ball spotted on the 31.
Peter Graham in at quarterback for Darien. He throws it downfield. He's got Kornakia, and Kornakia almost makes a nice one-handed catch. That ball was well thrown by Graham.
Yeah, we didn't highlight that at the start of the series, but we've got to switch to the quarterback position.
Yep. Peter Graham into the game, replacing Cooper Hancock, the starter.
And getting some valuable playing time as the junior.
And that was a very intense quarterback competition in the preseason for the QB1 position.
Graham out of the shotgun.
Peter Graham gives it to Lucas. He picks up a couple.
Yes, it was a very, I know all the way up to the first game, people weren't sure who was going to be starting. Obviously, Cooper run that out. But again, this Blue Wave offense and defense, very talented, deep.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they certainly have numbers, Darien does. You see a lot of those blue jerseys on the sideline. Here's Graham, back to pass again. Right side of the field, over the middle to Tyler Herget. Nice catch, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line. He's brought down by number 10, Karan Langston.
And Peter Graham averaging 62.5% completion rate. No real fall off in the 66% from Cooper, and you can see the arm demonstrated there. Very nice touch over the middle.
I want to give a quick shout out to my son, Aiden, who is watching this live stream. Want to thank him for tuning in. It is a beautiful day here in Darien, Connecticut. And the Blue Wave offense back on the move. Here's Lucas around the left side, heading for the sideline, tries to cut it back up before he's pushed out of bounds by Jaden Dawkins.
And I want to give a shout out to my bride, Debbie Coley. Today's our 28th anniversary, and she let me come out here and do something that I love, high school football.
Awesome.
Thank you, Damon.
Thank you, and happy anniversary to Jim and Debbie. A minute 17 remaining. Here's Graham over the middle, ball's up in the air.
And that was a little ill-advised. You had two people there jumping the route. I'm sure Peter on Monday when they watch the film, coaching staff will be telling them that's not the one you throw into. You throw that one away.
That ball was batted up in the air, what seemed like a eternity, and it was nearly hauled in by Karan Langston.
Yeah, nearly intercepted.
Minute 12 to go in the first half. Homecoming here at Darien High School. Here is Graham, puts it up, and can't quite haul it in. Peter Bradle, the intended receiver.
And Peter made a nice adjustment in there, looking back towards the sun. He couldn't figure out which shoulder is. Peter is leading the team with a little over 20 yards of reception. So the leading receiver there, and you can see why. Nice adjustment by him, just couldn't quite bring it in. That's going to bring our third down and 10. And Peter Graham demonstrating that arm strength.
Yeah, great arm strength. He's thrown some deep balls on this possession. There he is again, rolls out to his right. Looking far side of the field, pass is complete.
And that was a bullet.
That was a bullet.
Cross the body.
That's
as he
Herget.
rolled.
Herget hauls it in, and he's able to keep his feet in bounds.
And stop the clock.
Yep. So a little 2-minute offense here by Darien.
Well, what a way for Peter Graham to come in and be able to run the 2-minute offense. A good experience for him.
Absolutely. Here's Lucas, cuts back, and we've got a flag. That'll be holding on the Blue Wave, so that'll back up Darien here with 49 seconds left in the first half.
Well, this will be an obvious passing down now. Darien still has 3 timeouts left, so plenty of time to actually make a score here. We'll see how Blue Wave and Peter Graham and Coach Trefone run this offense with the limited less than a minute left here.
Here's Graham. They put it up and complete to Will Rolap. He goes up and gets it at the 2-yard line. Is brought down, and a big play before the end of the first half by the Blue Wave. Peter Graham to Will Rolap. We're going to take another look at this, and a great catch. 2 defenders right there. Rolap comes down hard. He's okay, and Darien is on the doorstep.
And credit to senior Will Rolap. That ball was a little underthrown, a little lobbed up there. He made a nice adjustment to come back to it and beat the double coverage.
And he is able to hold on to that ball. He came down hard. A great angle there. We'll take a quick break. We will be right back here on the DAF Media Network. And as Jim Coley just said, that was a short timeout. We are back here, live action. 28-0 Darien. Excuse me, Jim.
And we got the double wing here. First time we've seen this formation by the Blue Wave.
Kirby gets the call, and Kirby has himself another touchdown, his second touchdown of the day. As we take another look at this, straight up the gut into the end zone, kept the legs churning.
And what I see there is a tired defensive line by Stamford. They're all standing up. They're getting the surge. The Blue Waves getting the surge. I mean, they've been on the field for 80% of the game. It's no wonder.
Snap will be by Ryan Sullivan.
The kick is up, and it is good. 35-0 Darien. A dominant performance here in the first half. About what you'd expect from the #1 ranked team in the state of Connecticut. We will take a quick break, and we will be back with more football here on the DAF Media Network. We're back here, nearing the end of the first half.
Short hop kick picked up by number 21.
21 was Daniel Sims for Stamford. So the Stamford offense comes out on the field. They'll take over at around the 36-yard line.
Honestly, take the knee and let's go into half and let's try to regroup and put something together for the second half. Forget about that first half.
It's been an impressive performance by Darien in the first half, no question about it.
And it doesn't look like they're going to knee it out.
Up, snap is high, and
Darien's got it.
that's a Darien will recover the fumble.
Darien ball.
So the snap was high. Terry Forrester mishandled it. And Darien will take over at the Stamford 21-yard line.
And it'll be interesting to see what Coach Rob Crone decides to do here with literally just 8 seconds left in the game. Will he knee it, or will he take a shot to the end zone? No use kicking the field goal here. You're up 35-0. And then Rob's doing the right thing. You see the victory formation here. Darien's clearly going to just knee it out and head into the locker rooms. I'd like to see that sportsmanship there by Coach Rob Crone.
Yep, and that will do it for the first half as Darien leads 35-0 over Stamford here at Stadium Field. Homecoming on the campus of Darien High School. We will take a quick break, and we will be back with more on the DAF Media Network.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops in 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back here live at the half. Damian Andrew alongside DAF Media's Ted Brennan. And Ted, Darien went to Trumbull, played at St. Joseph's High School last week, Saturday. Came away with a big win over the previously undefeated Cadets, 22-7. It was an impressive performance by Darien, now the new #1 ranked team in the state.
Yeah, Damien, it wasn't really the powerhouse game you'd expect from the #1 and the #3 teams in the state, but as the score was 22-7. But now let's kind of look at some plays that happened here. Peter Bradle with a good catch, kind of to set up this 70-yard drive. Cooper Hancock in the pocket finds Cornacchia for 55 yards, a very big gain, and now Cooper Hancock with a 2-yard run just to get the touchdown. And that was a big momentum swing for the Wave. Yes,
St. Joe's had scored on their opening drive of the game, and the Darien defense came up big.
Yeah, they answered back with Jackson Peters intercepting David Summers, and that was a big momentum swing. Then again, Alex Quirk on the defense comes up with a big sack. That was one of 3 sacks for Darien. David Summers was getting sacked all game. Cooper Hancock hands off the ball to Andrew Lucas with an 11-yard touchdown. He had a big game. Late in the third quarter, Hancock then found Cornacchia for 15 yards. Cornacchia has been really big for this Wave offense this season. So overall, Cooper Hancock went 19 for 25, 264 yards, 1 passing touchdown, and 1 rushing touchdown. I feel like every game I'm just saying Cooper Hancock had another big game, and this game was nothing short.
Well, Cooper Hancock has done a nice job, and a nice job out of you, Ted Brennan, bringing us that halftime recap of last week's big win over St. Joe's. We will take another quick break here on the DAF Media Network, and we will be back with second half action. Darien up 35-0 on Stamford. We'll be right back. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Jim Coley. Going to look back at some first half highlights. This was the first touchdown of the game. Cooper Hancock to Tyler Herget. And then how about Andrew Lucas's run here for the second score of the game?
Yeah, it wasn't designed that way. He just turned it up. It was designed to go to the outside, and he saw the inside run.
And here's in the second quarter. They give it to Will Kirby, and you were impressed by the daylight he had.
Well, Connor Fay came in there and created a nice hole.
There's Hancock to Will Rolap. The touchdown catch there, big hook up for the score. And then a big play here down to Will Rolap, goes up and gets it on a pass thrown by Peter Graham. How about that pass catch?
Yeah, nice adjustment by Rolap to come back to the ball, and the ball was a little underthrown, double coverage.
If you're Stamford, obviously down big here at the half, 35-0, how do you try to find a way to get something positive out of this second half?
Well, I think Damien, I think that's the key. I don't think the coaching staff realistically is thinking they're going to come back from a 35-0 goal. What they're going to try to do is try to establish something and build on it for next week.
Yep.
I don't know who their opponent is next week, perhaps you know, but that's what I would be thinking about. I'd be thinking about building for next week, try to gain some momentum second half, forget the first half occurred, and just move on.
They will play Brian McMahon next week. And, yeah, this is an opportunity for their players to try to take something positive, gain some positive momentum on offense, try to make some defensive stops. But we are at the half as you take a look at our broadcast perch. 35-0, Darien, impressive start in this one at the half. We will be back with more on the DAF Media Network. We are back here at the half, about ready to start the second half. High school varsity football on the DAF Media Network. Darien leads Stamford at the half, 35-0. Darien won the coin toss before the game. They deferred to the second half, so they kick off, or they will receive rather here. And the Darien offense will come out onto the field.
And we talked about this in the first half for Coach Rob Trefone. The question is, how long do you leave your starters in?
Yep. Well,
I mean, it's a long season. You know, you don't want to afford an injury here.
Yep. And you want to give some of your underclassmen, your younger players, the opportunity to see some valuable minutes on the varsity level.
Darien sticking with that two-back formation.
Cooper Hancock will start the second half at quarterback. They give it to Lucas, and he is wrapped up quickly by Emmanuel Azalin, the 6'3", 215-pound defensive end, the senior for Stamford.
Well, if you're the Stamford defensive coordinator, that's exactly what you wanted to dial up coming out of the halftime.
So either I go to Colony Pizza tonight, or you come on up and play me.
I expect Darien will have a fairly conservative play calling down here.
Hancock puts it up for TJ Cornacchia, and Cornacchia goes up and gets a great catch in traffic and hauls it in. Well-thrown football. As we're take another look at this right here. The catch was a really nice catch. Are we going to be able to see that? I don't think we're going to be able to see that. But it was a nice catch by Cornacchia.
About 33, 34 yards on the reception there. So much for the conservative play calling. That was Peter Brendel on the reception there, moving the sticks yet again.
First down, Darien.
So it's a first down, Darien here.
And interesting, I just noticed we got Cooper back in at quarterback.
Cooper Hancock started the second half this series. Darien in the blue jerseys, moving from left to right. They give it to Kirby, and Kirby cuts back before he is wrapped up by Bryson Powell Joyner.
And it's the little things that help with offense. I don't know if you saw Cooper there. That ball was snapped extremely high on a designated run play. He was able not only to get the ball down, but to get it into the running back's hands without disrupting the forward momentum. And, of course, they picked up the first down.
They picked up the first down. So a Darien offense that continues to be able to move the football against this Stanford defense. Darien 3-0, Stanford 1-2 coming into this one. Homecoming here at Darien High School. And here is Kirby again. Will Kirby around the right side. Picks up a couple of yards. And Cooper Hancock out of the shotgun. Kirby to his right, Lucas to his left. They give it to Lucas, and Lucas rumbles into the end zone for a touchdown. Andrew Lucas, touchdown, Darien. And just like that, first possession of the second half as we take another look at this. Some pretty good blocking up front there, huh, Jim?
Very good. Again, basically untouched for 11-yard rumble right up the middle. They seem to like that right side of the line there.
Impressive effort here by Darien against the Stamford Black Knights.
Yeah, Graydon Overbeck and Jackson Walsh over on that right side. They're doing a nice job.
Graydon Overbeck does some work for DAF Media, and here's Will Kirby, kicks it up, and it is good. 42-0. Darien.
It has a ballprint tee as well as an orange.
We will take a quick break. We'll be right back with more second half action here on the DAF Media Network. Take a look at the Darien cheerleaders, and they have had plenty to cheer about this afternoon as we are back live here on the DAF Media Network. The Darien cheerleading program always does a terrific job. Quick shout out to them. So Andrew Lucas with another touchdown, his second of the afternoon, scored on a 2-yard run in the first half. And he starts the scoring here in the second half. It's a running clock now, 42-0. Darien. Andrew Donovan will kick off here. And back to receive for Stamford is Jaden Dawkins and Alan Paul.
Elaine Paul and Jaden Dawkins back deep.
And it's Dawkins takes it at around the 12-yard line, brings it across the 30 to the 35, and it takes a swarm of Darien players to bring him down. So a nice return. You know, it's funny, Stanford, the scoreboard doesn't indicate this, but they have done some positive things in special teams. They've had some nice kickoff returns, have started drives in very good field position, just haven't been able to get anything really going offensively.
And nor have they had the consistency when they've done some things right. But this is a tough team to run against, a tough team to pass against.
Well, as we have talked about in the past, Darien head coach Rob Trefone has really built his career on defense, a defensive-minded coach. And that defense has come up big this season. And we've got a flag down. That's a timeout, Stamford, so no flag. They're waving the flag off there. No flag on the play. We will take a quick break, and we will be back on the DAF Media Network. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Jim Coley. Darien up big here on Stamford, 42-0 in the second half. Isaiah Johnson throws it and nearly hauled in by Jaden Dawkins on the near side of the field. That would have been a nice hookup. Just couldn't quite bring it in.
Sean Gifford, the talented junior there, really got his hands on the ball just as it was being caught, knocking that down.
You'll notice running clock here, Jim, in the second half. It started as we take another look at this near catch by Dawkins. That would have been a nice play. Well thrown ball. But you talk about, you mentioned the Cochran rule. There really isn't, I've been told by the officiating crew in the booth, a Cochran rule anymore. It's running clock, 35 points up at the half, running clock throughout the second half.
Well, I'm sure Coach Cochran's happy to realize that he no longer is attributed to that rule.
That became a big, as you know, became a big story. It made Sports Illustrated. That was a big deal.
I think he was the head coach at Daniel Hand at the time, and then became the offensive coordinator at Massac. In fact, the first time that Darien Football League in 2000, I think it was 9, went and won the FCIACs and went into the States after a 2-decade drought. And I know that because my twin boys were on that team. We went in there to Massac, and Mr. Cochran had designed up that offense, and that was a tough offense. He was a very good offensively minded man.
Yeah. Was a terrific coach. All right, back to live action here. 42-0 Darien. It is 3rd and 16.
Not a lot of plays in the playbook for that one.
For Stamford, here's Johnson looking downfield, throws it up far side and overthrown. The intended receiver was number 19, Jonathan LaFortune, senior receiver.
And Connor O'Malley does a little thing there. He forced the receiver to the boundary, really kind of held him up, and then just the ball was just not there for the receiver. Nice job by Connor.
So that'll bring on Will Martinez. He will punt this away. And back to receive is Michael Minikis, standing at around the 33-yard line. Well, we've got a whistle here.
We have too many men on the looks like too many men.
Yep, too many men on the field. So that'll be against Darien.
4th down, 10.
Boy, there was an atmosphere before this game and throughout much of the first half. Things have quieted down as Darien is in complete control of this one. The fair catch by Michael Minikis at around the 35-yard line.
And you can see in that shot there across the way, not a lot of fans for the Stamford left in the grandstands there.
Well, Jim, while we have a moment, just want to thank you for hopping on this live stream. Hopefully we can do it again this season. I know you are a busy person, but always like it when you can jump on these broadcasts. I know you enjoy it, and certainly we thank your wife. I know you mentioned in the first half your wedding anniversary today. Thanks to Debbie for allowing you to do this for us on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Back to live action. Peter Graham hands off, and Will Kirby with the carry. The DAF Media Network, a mostly student-based volunteer organization, do a terrific job running our cameras, directing, bringing the instant replays. Our production crew today, camera 1 is Peter McLean, camera 2, Trey Cahill, our directors, Jack Roberson, and our instant replay coordinator is Ethan Haas.
Damian, thank you for inviting me.
The handoff again up the middle, and Will Kirby again, he brings it out to about the 45 or 44-yard line, I should say. So the third quarter is just about in the books. That will do it. As we mentioned, running clock, Darien up big, 42-0. That will do it for the third quarter. We will take a quick break. We will be back with fourth quarter action on the DAF Media Network.
They're down 2.
We're back here live at Stadium Field. The handoff.
Will Kirby with a nice run.
And at some point here, you're going to think they're going to start pulling these starters.
Once again, Jaden Dawkins with a stop. Having a good game.
Yeah, I've seen here a couple new receivers in.
Next week, Darien will play Staples here at Stadium Field. And, of course, the Wreckers have a new head coach, as their old head coach, Mars Petraccio, is now the head coach at his alma mater, Trumbull. So the Wreckers come in next week. And, of course, the big game at the end of the year, the Turkey Bowl, Darien, New Canaan at Boyle Stadium, that always draws an unbelievable crowd. And that pass is incomplete. Graham, the intended receiver, was Connor O'Malley, the sophomore. So the sophomore getting some valuable minutes. Graham getting some valuable minutes here. I would say under center, but really out of the shotgun.
Exactly. Yeah, the Turkey Bowl, looking forward to it. And, of course, this year, I believe, first year now that New Canaan's been relegated up to Double L.
Yes, yes. Greenwich is loaded again this season. John Marinelli has done a terrific job reviving, restoring the Cardinals program. He's come in, and he is an offensive genius, and he has done a terrific job with that Greenwich program, has gotten the whole community behind the Cardinals program.
Like
course,
father,
John,
like son.
Yeah, John, the son of a long-time New Canaan head coach Lou Marinelli, and of course we don't have enough time to talk about all the things he's accomplished with the Rams program. I've known Lou for a long time, terrific guy, and has done a terrific job with the New Canaan program. And of course, Darien's head coach Rob Trefone, he has done an unbelievable job with this Blue Wave program. And that's what makes for a great rivalry, as you know.
Yeah, Rob come over about 15 years or so, I think it was, from Brian McMahon.
Yep. Of course, won a state championship at Brian McMahon.
And a few here.
Yep, a few here. Had a player at Brian McMahon, Idris Price,
Sure.
who won not only an Arena Bowl championship, but a Super Bowl championship.
With the Dolphins, if I remember.
With the Buccaneers, I believe.
I knew it was one of the Florida teams.
With the Buccaneers.
Nicest man, too.
Yep. And in matter of fact, he is an assistant football coach at St. Luke's in New Canaan.
Yeah, he was the former defensive coordinator here for Rob.
Yep.
And it was really at that time when Rob really started establishing Darien as a force, Blue Wave as a force in the FCIAC and then into the States.
You know, Darien has certainly had tradition in football even before Coach Trefone came, but there had been some down years before he came over and took over the program, and he has definitely built this team, this program, into a perennial state power, no question about that.
Yeah, and I think what you see is the success begets success, right?
Yep.
In those years, the down years there, of course, the lacrosse program was strong, and kids only thought about lacrosse.
Yep.
I know at the youth level for a while there, we were having trouble recruiting because everyone just wanted to play lacrosse. But once we started establishing winning at the youth level and again at the high school level, I think the numbers are as good as they've ever been in enrollment here now, and that's obviously bucking the national trend of youth football with the concerns over concussions. I can tell you that the DGFL here, first in the county league, first county league in the country to concussion train its coaches and assistant coaches, mandatory training, really leading the nation in that, and they take that seriously here, and it's obviously bode well for the program. Third and 4.
Here's Isaiah Johnson looking downfield, throws to Jaden Dawkins, complete. He takes it across the 50-yard line, is finally brought down by Callum McNeil,
a sophomore. And this is exactly what we talked about at halftime. You really want to establish something going into your game next week.
So a first down for Stamford as they try to get some points on the board here. Isaiah Johnson flushed out of the pocket. He was down. So the ball pops out, but he was already down.
And Alan Hyatt, the senior there, was just looking like he was going to have his first sack of the season. Just got away.
Boy, I don't know. You take a look at that replay. I think that ball popped out before his knee touched the ground.
Well, there's no instant replay at the high school level by the referees. I'm not sure they're going to get that call.
Here it is again. We're going to take a look at this. Another angle here. Great job. That ball pops out. Yeah, that's a live ball. Back to live action. Dawkins with the reception. He's in the open field down the near sideline. Cuts back, stays, and he's brought down by a host of Darien defenders inside the 15-yard line.
Lead tackle by Charlie Johnson there, the sophomore. So the sophomores and juniors getting a lot of work here. Seeing a very talented receiver there. And I'm sure before the game started, this is what Stamford hoped they could do against Darien.
Yeah. Well, you can see there Dawkins in the open field, what he's capable of doing. He's a big receiver. And here's Isaiah Johnson, first down. Throws to the corner of the end zone. It's complete. Nice catch on the far side of the field.
Not a single Blue Wave Pride defender over there. It was probably some busted coverage or some confusion on the assignments there.
That was Bryson Powell Joyner as we take a look at him. But nice play. And like you said, this is what Stamford
this is what you want.
couldn't do in the first half. There's Johnson. They give it to Lenny Garcia, and Lenny Garcia is down. No, that's a touchdown. Touchdown, Lenny Garcia.
Nice to see Lenny come back in the second half after that injury.
Yep.
And get the first touchdown for the Stamford.
So Stamford is on the scoreboard as we take another look at this. Lenny Garcia, nice blocking there, and then he just keeps those legs moving and carries about 2 defenders into the end zone with him. So a nice run by Lenny Garcia, so a touchdown.
Yeah, Connor Flanagan, the junior there, first down to him, but just the momentum carried him right into the end zone. And the extra point is good.
So with 3:50 remaining, it's 42-7. Darien as Stamford is finally on the scoreboard. Running clock here in the second half. Darien was up 35-zip at the half. Again, shout out to our DAF Media production crew. Camera 1, Peter McLean. Camera 2, Trey Cahill. Our director is Jack Roberson. And our instant replay coordinator, Ethan Haas. The DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, doing great things. And again, we are a volunteer-based student organization and some really talented members of our production crew. And here we go as Stamford will kick off. Back to receive for Darien is Connor O'Malley and Charlie Silsby. O'Malley on the far side of the field, Silsby on the near side of the field. And here we go. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the game. And it's taken at the 10-yard line. And that was Charlie Silsby on the return. He gets it out to about the 25-yard line. So Silsby on the return, and the Darien offense comes back out onto the field. 2 minutes left in the game.
And the Black Knights special teams do a nice job there yet again. That hasn't been the issue today.
No, special there's 3 phases of the game, Jim Coley. You know that more than most. And special teams has not been an issue for Stamford.
I think we got a new quarterback in here. Looks like the junior Matthew Fiorita.
Fiorita.
Number 12.
Number 12 for Darien in the game.
What a great opportunity for the sophomore to get here and get some real play time.
Absolutely.
Second out, 6.
And that was Matthew on the sideline there talking to the offensive coordinator. You notice they don't have the cards up, so I'm guessing what's going on here is they're going to have to come to the sideline every play and pick it up. He's probably not been trained quite yet on probably playing JV and not trained on the cards play calling system.
Fiorita, hands off.
And that was Charles Rooney, the sophomore, up the middle.
So there's no substitute for experience. And as you mentioned, as I mentioned earlier, these underclassmen getting an opportunity to gain some valuable experience at the varsity level. Yes, this game is over with, and Darien's up big, but still, you're on that field.
Yeah, these sophomores are probably on the JV team. They get a chance to come up and play in a varsity game against a varsity team on the other side. I mean, Stanford has not polled its starters. Great experience.
Fiorita out of the shotgun, handoff. And
that was Charles Rooney, I believe.
Charlie Rooney on the carry in 93. Sanders KO wraps him up. He delivered a KO right there behind the and that will do it for this one. Darien wins 42-7, an impressive win for the Blue Wave. They scored 5 touchdowns in the first half. As we take a look at the two teams with the customary handshake. But Jim, I know this is I believe your first time live seeing Darien in action. Your thoughts?
Well, this is a very balanced team. Nothing flashy except for those wide receivers. I am super impressed when they're running the full spread. Cooper back there, he's got so many targets. And if that doesn't work for them, 2 very talented running backs. This is a very good offense behind a line that a lot of people thought was a little on the small side. Defensively, Connor Fay, 3-year returnee. In the middle there is a middle linebacker. I don't see any weaknesses on defense.
Yeah, Connor Fay anchors that defense. He is the quarterback of that defense, and we are actually going to just recap the scoring here, take a look at the touchdowns in just a moment. But again, want to thank Jim Coley for hopping on this live stream. Want to give a shout out to our entire DAF Media production crew, Trey Cahill, Peter McLean, Jack Roberson, and of course, Ethan Haas, who has done a great job with instant replay.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Will Kirby, 6 for 6 for PATs. A good special team effort there.
An impressive performance all around for the Blue Wave. And again, we are efforting those game highlights for you. Darien wins 42-7. Stamford was able to get on the scoreboard in the second half. Nice run by Lenny Garcia.
And the usual 30-yard line, lessons learned for the game. Coach Trefone down there.
That's a great shot of the Darien football team taking a knee there. Listening to Coach Trefone, some post-game comments. I'm sure most of them have to be positive, although any good coach will find something to use as a teaching lesson.
And I know on DJFL Day, which I think is coming up shortly, the Darien kids get a chance to get out there also after the game and listen to what Trefone has to say. And those kids in 5, 6, 7, 8 years will be playing for him at some point. Not a lot to pick on in that game. A couple penalties, really not much. Maybe special teams return. Maybe spend a little time on that.
And again, here's the game highlights. The touchdown, Cooper Hancock to Tyler Herget in the first half. That got Darien on the scoreboard, and then a big run here. Andrew Lucas, you just motioned to me off camera. Great cutback by Lucas. And then you were impressed with this Will Kirby touchdown run.
Yeah, I mean, so you see Connor Fay 54 double block there, and he just I mean, you could have walked in.
Yeah.
Man. That was beautiful.
You and I
blocking.
both could have walked in. Here's Hancock now as he finds Will Rolap over the middle. Great catch by Rolap for the score.
Perfectly thrown.
And then here, how about this catch by Rolap later in the first half? Goes up and gets it, has the presence of mind to hold on to the ball after he comes down on his back. And then, actually, we didn't. That was a big catch there on the far side of the field by Cornacchia. And here is another touchdown run by Andrew Lucas. Again, all sorts of daylight, all sorts of room to run as he gets into the end zone. So the final score, 42-7, Darien over Stamford. Again, shout out to our DAF Media production crew, our director Jack Roberson, our instant replay coordinator Ethan Haas, camera 1, Peter McLean, camera 2, Trey Cahill, and for Jim Coley. Again, Jim, thanks so much.
Thank you, Damian.
This was a real pleasure for Jim Coley. I am Damian Andrew. Darien wins 42-7. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, Darien improves to 4-0 as they beat Stanford 42-7. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.